Yo, haha, Magnificent.
What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Magnificent coming back with another sneaker review, and today, man, we got the Air Force One Undefeated in the building. Now, they've done multiple collaborations with Nike in the past with different silhouettes. They even did an Air Force One before, but this one in particular was a little bit different because they were tasked to do a design with an Air Force One that consisted of, at the time, 4 different materials, and they added on a 5th material as a bonus, hence why this thing is called 5 on it. Now, this is remarkable because I saw the details, and me personally, I'm a fan of different collaborations with Nike when it comes to different materials, different designs. Because I like to see that engineering concept when the shoe is built and then kind of put it on the channel and see it up close and personal for the first time so you can see my initial reaction. Now, this one, man, it was so hard to get because on the Undefeated website, they dropped it and it was a Dunk and it was an Air Force One. Now, from what I understand, these pairs, it's not like they were readily available. And a lot of manual users were able to get it on the Undefeated website because they threw a little wrench in there where you had to get the shoe, but in order to get the shoe, you went to cart and you had to answer a question before you were able to sign off and, you know, get your shoe and whatnot. On the sneakers app, it's a sneakers app. It's a draw. But it was very, and I mean very, very limited to get this shoe. So it's an honor. Thank you, Nike. And thank you, UPS, because in hearing all these stories and events about shoes getting stolen, packages not making it to the destination, I am forever grateful for my UPS guy because I speak to him, I communicate to him on a regular. So, listen, shout out to you. Thank you very much. Couldn't have done this without you. But your boy Mo said, let's get into the shoe because I am curious to see this. And of course, you already know what time it is when it comes to my shoe sizes. Right now, it is dang near impossible to get my pairs. And let's put this to the side right here. So you can see right here, you got the Undefeated Dunk versus Air Force One. Now, in my opinion, I wanted the Dunk. But wearing wise, I really wanted the Air Force One. So again, it's a pleasure to have this. And you can see the box design right here. And of course, size 13, big bold gang. Now, when Undefeated was tasked to do this design, it's really depicted off materials that were used for shoes that came out in the late 90s, but also into the early 2000s. The reason why that is considered the golden years of the sneaker community. Of course, I wasn't there. So your popular shoes consisted of most of the materials that were utilized between that timeline, hence why they have all those 5 materials on the shoe. So let's just open this up and you can see right now it's got the wax paper with the same design that you're seeing on the box. Ooh, man. Yeah, we will be doing the on-feet and going over this because this is nice. This is real nice. This is an eye catcher. Definitely an eye catcher. So let me put this to the side right here. It's not one of your standard shoes that you normally see. And of course, anybody wondering, there is a stamp kind of on the box right here. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see that. And I don't know if there's any stickers or anything like that. Oh, there it is. Little green sticker right inside there. So with that said and done, let's take a look at the shoes, man, because this is well constructed. Now, I'm not even a huge fan of Air Force Ones. And before I even get to the shoe, let me just take that. I figured they put some paper in here. I'm not even a huge fan of Air Force Ones, but the last one I had was the Popcorns. And I'll pull that out momentarily, kind of right after this. But let's get straight into it. You can see it does come with a spare lace to match the snakeskin. And actually, let me just put this down right here. So we have snakeskin on the Nike swoosh that is featured on both sides. And of course, you got the snakeskin on the heel that has the Nike Air stitched in. Ooh, man. And I think I'm going to do a separate video that you'll see on this side, because I want people to see the nubuck, that smooth nubuck. It has that multi-direction when you're going back and forth, and you can see the material kind of fading darker and lighter as you're going back and forth. It has that movement. And that's why I want you to see it in this video, a separate video over here, because this nubuck is very, very soft and very, very smooth. And then they decided to do on the quarter panels for both sides a canvas type material. You see the canvas material on this side as well as this side. And then they have this hairy suede that's featured towards like the mudguard. Oh my God, this is fantastic. And along the eye stays, man, you got that same hairy suede. But here's the thing. The last material, because we just named 4, the last material is this grainy leather. Like, this is soft. Oh my God. Look at that. That is so soft. And it's the same material that they have on the tongue itself. Now, the shoe does feature some Undefeated logos. You can see right there with the 5 strikes on the heel. It's also featured on the tongue itself. And then the tongue has that kind of off-white vibe to it, because it has the exposed foam that you can see on the top. And on the inside, you can still see that Undefeated design. Oh my God, man, this is dope. And of course, towards the end, little lace holder, you got the Air Force One. This is actually metal. It's metal. Of course, they went with a midsole, like a basic white midsole for the Air Force One, and on the bottom, they topped it off with that cream design. So as I said, 5 different materials featured on the shoe, and it kind of reminded me of a Yeezy 700 V2, where there's different types of materials utilized on that shoe as well, except they did it on the shoe, and they did it to perfection. The reason why I'm excited for this is because of how they did the color hue, right? You got to keep the color hue the same using different materials, and that's what they did with the hairy suede. That's what they did for that smooth nubuck, kind of like that grayish design. And then on this the smooth leather on top of the canvas, they had to make that similar as well. For the price point, $120 for all this is actually really, really good considering the materials that you utilized. And you get a spare lace to interchange that white lace with this kind of bluish, greenish, turquoise colorway. So, look, Undefeated, you guys hit it out the ballpark with this. I'd love to see the whole dunk version of this, but this is one of those shoes that when you wear it down the street, it's going to be an eye catcher. And as I said, when I compared this, I got to remember which box I put this in. I think it's this one. Because if you don't remember, it's kind of similar to, if you remember the popcorn, it's kind of almost similar in terms of the cream outsole. It's almost like a darker eggshell type of colorway. So this is the popcorn that I mentioned earlier. Popcorn shoes, Air Force Ones that came out, I think it was, I want to say earlier this year. But this one is more of a darker outsole. So with that said and done, your boy Mel Never Said Undefeated, man. You guys, again, hit this out the park by blending 5 materials and putting it on one shoe. When I originally heard about the idea, I didn't think you guys would be able to pull it off just because of certain things and certain considerations you have to do with the shoe itself in terms of the color blocking schemes, where to put the materials on it, specifically on the Air Force Ones, because it has different places. Actually, you have various places where you can put the different materials, but see the idea. It's a standout shoe, and in my opinion, definitely a keeper. But your boy Magnificent, man, let's do the on feet for the Undefeated Air Force Ones. I am out, and you guys, stay blessed.